Let's talk about one of the simplest yet most important questions in JavaScript. What's the difference between var, let, and const? The difference between var, let, and const isn't just about syntax. It's about four powerful concepts: scoping, hoisting, reassignment, and redeclaration. Let's start with scoping. Think of scope as the area where a variable lives. With var, the variable can be used anywhere in the whole function, or even the whole file if it's global. But let and const, they're more disciplined. They only live inside the nearest set of curly braces. That's block scope, tighter, safer, and easier to control. So, var is function scoped. It ignores blocks, like if, for, etc., except when those braces belong to a function. Let and const are block scoped. They respect any block, whether it's a loop, conditional, or function. Next is hoisting. Variable declarations are moved to the top of their scope before the code runs. With var, the declaration is hoisted to the top, but not the value. That's why you get undefined, not an error. Let is hoisted too, but it lives in the temporal dead zone until its declaration is reached. That's why it throws an error instead of undefined. Const behaves like let in hoisting, but also requires initialization at the moment of declaration. In short, var, let, and const are all hoisted. Var is initialized as undefined, while let and const remain uninitialized and live in the temporal dead zone until their declaration, which is why accessing them early throws a reference error. Then we have reassignment. Var can be reassigned. It means you can give the same variable a new value after it's been created. For example, here, fruit was first set to apple. Then later we reassigned it to banana. Let can also be reassigned, but const cannot be reassigned. The value must remain constant. For example, here, the variable color was assigned red. If you try to reassign it to blue, JavaScript throws an error because const bindings cannot be reassigned. However, if the const holds an object or array, its properties or elements can be modified. Finally, redeclaration. Var lets you declare the same variable again in the same scope without complaining, and that can accidentally overwrite things you didn't mean to. For example, you can define x again, and the latest value simply replaces the old one. So after redeclaring, x becomes 20. Let and const refuse to let that happen. No second chances, no silent overwrites. So if you try to declare variable again, JavaScript throws a syntax error. Here's a quick recap. Var is function scoped, while let and const are block scoped. All three are hoisted, but var is set to undefined, while let and const stay in the temporal dead zone until declared. Var and let can be reassigned, but const cannot. Var can be redeclared in the same scope, while let and const cannot. If you enjoyed video, hit like and subscribe. And never forget, keep coding because the best way to learn JavaScript is to write JavaScript.